Hey everyone, welcome back to Basement Radio Arcade Podcast. It's a lovely Wednesday evening, and yeah, we're here to talk about some video games and stuff. So anyhow, big shout out to everyone in the live chat, guys. Thank you for coming by and hanging out with us. Really appreciate the support as always. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Definitely appreciate it. And we're gonna wait. We are waiting for the rest of the crew, but I do have Mr. Gaming Forte with me right now. Forte, it is always good to see you, sir. And I just want to sing Lionel Richie to you again.
I am not the one you're looking for.
What a classic. I tell you what, man, I've not left my house in almost 3 weeks now, right?
Yeah, that was like.
I've been ordering groceries. Hey, by the way, Forte, salute to you, sir, for going out there. I mean, you do have a little bit of barrier between you and the public, so that's good, right?
Yeah, somewhat. You know, I got the necessary PPE equipment that, well, nothing like our first responders got, but I got some line of defense.
Yeah, well, and how
What's
come?
going on, fellas?
Hey, what's up, B Money? And Forte, and have there been any articles on that about you getting, what you need from GameStop? I mean, because it almost seems like every time there's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it just at this point, it's like it's hard to find anything anywhere. So I don't know what people expect at this point. I mean, it's not like you yourself can walk out your house and find gloves and masks and stuff in abundance. You pretty much got to order all that stuff whenever it decides to come. But ultimately, I will say one thing. I am kind of sad with this new normal because I am a people person. So when I walk up to now, I don't even walk up to the door. I have like signs all over the door that tell people like, hey, call when you're here if you want to get service. Like the first couple of days, I used to just walk up to the door and just talk to people at the door. Now it's like, nah, bro, you call the phone.
Don't do that.
Call the phone. Let's have this conversation. What you need, blah, blah, blah.
You better call Tyrone.
Right. So the only time I want to talk to you face to face is when I'm handing you this item. And even then, I'm still talking through a door with a glove on my hand. And I'm like, here you go. Take the stuff. Time for you to get up out of here. And for the most part, it's like most people are very receptive to that.
Sure.
But you got a bunch of assholes out here in this world, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
I believe it.
It's like,
I believe it.
It's like the people you see now is like, I know my regular customers versus the people that are just, what the hell are you even thinking? Because my regulars, they came out to get their pre-orders. Like they came out to get their Resident Evil. They came out to get their Final Fantasy and Persona and stuff. And I haven't seen them again. Normally I see these people once or 4 or 5 times a week. Now I only see them when it's a big game coming out. But all these other people walking up to the door, people I've never seen a dang in my life. I'm like, oh my, and I'm the only GameStop that this is what it's like to be one GameStop in one big area. I'm the only store open in about 35 miles. About 35 miles. My store's the only one.
Wow.
And so I get hit from a whole bunch of different places. There's only 3 stores on our side of the state that's technically open. Yeah. And I get calls from like down in Detroit from people, and Detroit's like the hot spot for Michigan.
Don't do that.
And I'm sitting there like, oh no, we ain't open, bro.
Nope. No, sir.
Open. But it's crazy just to think that some of these people out here are just they're rude to you. They're up here mad because they're like, you don't have something that they want, and it's like, well, I ordered it on the website. I was like, well, somebody else beat you to it, unfortunately. And I'm like, people just. And they're just inconsiderate to the stuff that's going on. Like it's not a plague going around the world right now trying to end us all.
Yeah, I hear you, man. That's Forte again. I salute you, man, for you going to work every day, and I know it's difficult, Because like you
It
said,
is.
outside of trying to dodge the pandemic, I don't know, Forte. If I was you, I'd be like, hey, we're gonna play a game of fetch. I'm gonna throw this motherfucking game out the door. You go catch it in the parking lot. I wouldn't even hand the game to anyone. That's just me though. But
No. I'm at that point now where I have a box that I just sit it in. Like I read this thing or read an article on Reddit where a person was like, "Hey man, no matter if it wasn't on, it was on Reddit. The person started a game called Are We Open versus Are We Do We Have Nintendo Switches? And Are We Open is literally leading the pack 2-1, and you know everybody's looking for Switches right now. And
why is that? Why is Switch like the hottest item in the pandemic right now?
It's kind of funny to me. I guess because it's the one system that even though you're stuck in your house, it's the system that you don't have to take the TV up. You don't have to hold your TV up hostage and stuff. Because people been looking for Wii U's too, and Wii U is the same way. You don't have to hold the TV hostage. You can play on the pad. So it's like weird how this pandemic.
You seen research?
Man, what was the research? How you see it?
I'm saying we people on that point where they coming in for a Wii U.
No, people look for Wii U's now, man. It's like the Wii U has never been more popular. Like people calling me, they said you ain't got a Wii. They said you got a Switch. I said no. They said you got that Wii U. Then I was like, they said,
you sound like crackheads, man.
Wii U, man.
You got that Wii U, son?
No, one of my subscribers.
Oh.
One of my subscribers DM'd me the other day, and I won't say his name, but he said the same thing that you just said. Yeah. He said thanks. He said sucks that you guys are out there, but let me read what this dude said to me. I could not laugh when I saw it. He was like, I have to say, getting something from GameStop feels like a drug deal right now.
I'm telling you, man.
And I said, thanks, bro. Can't lie, it does feel that way. He was like after I got there, I called. They opened the door.
Yeah.
They put my item on the ground in the box. It went back inside. Then I got out my car and went I went home. But I'm visualizing that because I know a store manager that was doing that. He has a really big parking lot, so he literally people will come up to the door. He'll get their stuff ready, and he was like, "All right." As soon as he opens the door, he'll tell them go sit in their car. He said, "I'll wave you up when you can come get your stuff." And he just literally sits the box outside the front door and waves to them. And the people literally walk up to the door and grab their stuff and they just leave.
I'm telling you what, man.
It's so weird.
Forte, GameStop should rebrand themselves and just call themselves the Carter. You know what I mean?
Oh man, it's dirty out here, man.
You should have a name. You should have a name tag that says Nino Brown.
Yeah, Cash Money, man.
Yeah,
it's all we got.
All the songs they play over the loudspeaker.
GameStop one is Cash Money.
And my brother
Ice Cube. Play the Ice Cube, dope man.
Dope man. Yeah, right.
And then you got people
dope man.
Then you got people out here mad because we don't take cash. I'm like, I don't want your cash. I don't even want your. I don't want your plastic. I don't want
touching me.
I don't even want you around. Like, oh man, but you don't take cash? No.
Too much. Yeah. Wow. I'm telling you. That's you. GameStop has become the trap house.
Yeah,
it is, man. And these people.
Forte's in the kitchen cooking pies with his baby.
Hey, Forte out there, yo, I got them red tops today. I got them red tops.
You wildy.
Red tops. That's the Switch. That's Switch.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we got the whole team here. What's up, Slow Mo?
Yo, what's up, Slow Mo? What's up, man? Slow-Mo's in the house. How you doing, Slow-Mo?
Man, working from home is
it ain't easy. It ain't easy, man.
And these kids.
Yep.
You forgot what freedom was like, didn't you, Slow-Mo?
And this homeschooling, I ain't gonna make it, man. I can't take
and
no
this
more.
Homeschooling, this homeschooling is like full-time work, man.
Slow-Mo, I want you to do me a favor, man. I know it's not easy. But when times get tough, I want you to think about Enrique, who's got 4 kids.
and say, you know,
It's
It could always be worse.
Exactly.
Right now.
Yeah.
I give you guys props, man. I got one, and I feel like it's all day long.
Oh,
Like,
it is all day long.
It is. I mean, it is.
Well,
I mean,
it is. That's what I'm saying. That's with one.
Just
Y'all
multiply
worked out,
by
you know.
three.
Yeah.
man, they got me doing math and stuff now. I'm like, I don't like math, and like I gotta like show work and stuff. I'm like, man, I can't.
Real talk. Show of hands. How many people have been Googling, trying to figure out how to do stuff so you don't look dumb in front of your kids?
Oh man, you got to, man. You got to.
Hey, they back in school. You back in school.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Daddy, you don't know this? Hold on, son. Hold on. Let me Google this real quick.
I know it just fine. I gotta use the bathroom now.
Yeah, right.
Be in the bathroom on Google trying to figure it out.
Yo, I tell you what, get that photo math app.
Oh, I gotta need to do that. Is that
you scan the page? You scan that. You scan the page. It works the problems out with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hold on, let me see the page real quick.
You need to drop that in DM because I need that.
Yeah,
no doubt,
go in the other room. Daddy's got to scan. I mean, Daddy's got to look at the problem. Yeah, I'm telling you,
it's crazy, man.
I caught myself yelling at my kid the other day because I forget what he did. He couldn't write a lowercase c. I'm like, how do you not know to write lowercase c? Come on. I'm like, I had to take a step back, man. I just got to breathe a little bit.
It's been boring out here, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Eternal suspension, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we bought chickens, man. We bought chickens at my house, man. Yeah, we did, man. We try to be self-sufficient, man. We bought chickens, man, and I'm telling you, I talk to the chickens. It's like therapy session for me. Y'all think I'm playing, man?
We get in the backyard talking to the chickens, man.
Yes, sir.
Are you gonna pluck those? Are you gonna pluck those chickens? Or are you gonna feel bad because you know there is about to be a meat shortage in the next 3 weeks?
I'm telling you, I'm about to come out this pandemic like Rain Man and shit. You know, like just talking crazy shit. Yeah, it's wild, man. Wild times, man. Like, you know, it's wild, but you know, we have video games though. This is, you know, what's funny? Like this playing games.
Some of us have video games.
Yes, some of us do have video. Well, what do you mean, some of us? Are you talking about Xbox? No, I'm just joking. You're not talking about this.
Oh no, see,
no.
I'm
joking. I'm joking.
So you tried to start a national panic in the video game industry, aren't you?
I'm joking, man. Just jokes. Although I know some people I know there's one particular person who listens to this podcast later on, be like, blah, 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 blah. You know who I'm talking about. Who leave like 8 messages. Yeah.
They'll be all down your throat. Pause.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but gentlemen, you know what? It's great to see everyone here, the live chat, the panel members. This is kind of like my, become like my, I don't know, my unofficial happy hour during the week, where I get to hang out with you guys.
Therapy. This is what your therapist told you is good for you.
Yeah, actually, she's like, you need to interact with people. I'm like, I interact with my chickens.
Oh man, I took my PC apart yesterday. I cleaned all the components. I put it back together. I was bored as hell. Like I don't know if you noticed today, your boy put up 2 videos today. I
saw that. Yeah,
2 videos in one day, man. Y'all know I'm bored as hell right now.
Checking the mailbox like 4
you
times.
do 2 videos in 1 month.
I know.
Right.
2 in 1 day. I did see the second one. I didn't see the first one. What was the first one about?
Oh damn! What was the first? It seemed so long ago.
Look, he done so.
The first one?
It was only 2.
Oh, it was a week. It was me being a week late to the PlayStation controller. I was like, look, I said, I posted it on Twitter. I was
better late than never,
I said, I guess I'll talk about this PlayStation controller.
Man, you're not the only one. I'm working on my Resident Evil 3 review.
Hey, Slow-Mo, as a matter of fact, I need to hit you up, man. DM.
Okay.
Because I work for an energy company now, and
okay, you switch jobs.
Yeah, and I'm supporting IT. We gotta talk. We got a lot of stuff popping off, man.
All right,
I gotta talk to you, man. I see if you might know anyone. There's some really cool.
Okay.
This is all code. This is all code for drug deal.
Why is it gotta be a drug deal? Because I'm Latino? Because my dad's from Colombia? Is that why it's gotta be a drug deal?
I mean,
you got them blue
you got that cocaine in, man.
Light on all this.
I'm telling you, man. It's hard being from Colombia. I get labeled that all the time. Do you know someone in the cartel? No, I don't know anyone in the cartel.
People be wondering how
man,
you all those collector's editions.
Oh, come on.
You got a couple great uncles, man, been in the business.
You know what I probably do? I probably have someone.
Yo, somebody in your
something.
lineage knew Pablo Escobar.
Let me tell you something. No bullshit. Yeah. Let me tell you something. No bullshit. My family in Colombia, all of them are wealthy. They have personal bodyguards. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man.
Looks a little suspect.
They was out there.
I'm not lying.
They was out there in them streets, man.
I'm telling you, my dad's like, "Oh yeah, your cousins are doctors and shit." I go, yeah. What kind of doctor? What kind of doctor sinus doctor? Like what's going on here?
Got my PhD from the streets.
Yeah, right.
Street pharmaceuticals, man.
Oh man.
Welcome to the street knowledge. Who said this song? Who said "Dope Man" earlier? Was that you, E?
Dope Man. Dope.
Yo, that beat hits, man. Oh my god, yo, that song,
man.
That song.
That's
Are we talking about Jay-Z?
Classic track.
One of the goats?
Man.
Oh, the other Dope Man.
Ice Cube, man.
Ice Cube. That beat hits. Oh my god,
dope, man.
That's a classic trunk rider right there, man.
I'm telling you, man. I think I'm gonna ride around my neighborhood and just brawl the windows down, and blast out loud. My neighbors are gonna get scared. They're gonna be like, "What is going on?" I live in Trump country, so you start playing that.
They can pull the firearms out on you.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. You might get shot. Police show up and just they just sprinkle some crack on you and say you were
Open and shut case, Johnson. Yeah, apparently he walked in.
Drug deal go wrong. It's a drug deal go wrong.
Apparently he walked in here and hung up pictures of his family. Yo, Dave Chappelle's wild, man. I'm telling you, Dave is wild. Oh my god, that's probably Slow-Mo. You're probably right, man. It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness,
it's not gonna be on your side when it comes down to it, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've seen dudes, and Slow-Mo, you know where I live, man. I think you probably have an idea, because we're in the DMV. But
you talked about the county, so I'm aware of that county.
Yeah. I mean, I see people. Look, let me tell you something. There's pickup trucks in the summertime, and there's Confederate flags posted on the back. So that's just let you know.
Yeah. That's that. See, Maryland's really interesting because people think Maryland's a very liberal state.
Close to DC, it is.
Yeah, but that's the biggest. The biggest counties are closer to DC with the bigger populations.
Yes,
but Maryland has like 24 counties, and only 2 or 3 of them are liberal. The rest of them are very conservative. They just don't have the population to do anything.
That's true,
when it comes to election time, unless it's a off-season election, because Democrats don't vote unless it's for the president. As long as they actually get them out to a poll.
They don't even vote for that.
No, they don't vote for that. They don't vote that. They don't vote
for that.
No,
they did one time.
Yeah.
Maybe they did it twice.
Let's not go to
the same person.
They did it maybe twice.
They did it twice.
There's some facts here, man.
Let's not go into the rabbit hole of before we start angering some people. But
I know. Yeah. I posted something.
It's enough anger to go around.
I posted something on Twitter and someone was like, "Oh, you're an informed ass." I'm like, "Really? That's how you really? Come on now."
Man. Anybody that defends the stuff that's going on right now, I don't know what to say for you. I pray for you. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But anyhow, guys, let's get to some video games. I don't know about you guys, but I am playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And let me just say something. Wow. I am...
Game of the year.
Yeah, it might be my game of the year, man. I'm
not done with it. Yeah, I am. I'm in chapter 11. No, chapter 12.
Ooh, you've been putting some work in, Slow-Mo. Okay.
Man, I've been not really playing it while I'm supposed to be quote unquote working because my PS4 isn't in my office, but my PC is, and so I've been doing some PC gaming while I'm at work. But like after the kids go to bed, that's when I'm like, yes. And I'm saying literally every single night. This is how good this game is. Every single night, I'm like, okay, 1 more hour. It's like 1 in the morning.
Yes.
All right, look, 1 more hour, and I'm really going to bed. And then it's like, man, it's 2:30. Yo, I can't do this. Like, I gotta work tomorrow. Then I'm like, but I don't have to drive in, so no one can really see how bad I am. I do 2 or 3 cups of coffee, I'll be good. 1 more hour. Like, that's how I've been with this game, and I'm doing everything. I'm doing the side quests. I'm talking to random people on the streets. I'm talking to that weird little kid with the materia. I'm doing all that.
Isn't that kid? He's weird as shit.
Yeah, what's up with his glasses? He got like the quarter bifocal.
Look like
Focal lens.
he's out here.
Why
looking
do you have one lens?
He looks like he's looking like Teddy Roosevelt.
Are you just bad in one eye or something? I don't know.
Well,
but
man,
it's man,
they named him
like
Chatley for some reason. I don't know.
man, look, I would recommend. I
does
know
he
there
got like a
people out
ribbon,
there.
Slow-mo? He's got like a ribbon on his backpack or something.
Yeah. No, he's got like a scarf or something.
Is that what
He's a strange one. He is a very strange one. And there's some strange characters.
He
in
look
this
like
game,
he's
but
growing a Pokemon out of his neck. every time I go over there next to him, every time I talk to him, I keep thinking like, bro, what is that growing out of your neck? It's a Pokemon. Don't he look like he would be a great gym member, a gym leader?
Oh my god, you were wild for it, Tay.
Yo, so what chapters are you guys on?
I'm only like
I'm on chapter 8.
I'm only
I'm
like
on 10.
I'm like
You on
7.
10?
I'm only 8 hours into the game. 8 hours into
Man,
it.
be about to be crying in about.
Oh, I don't know. No spoilers. No spoilers.
No, that's all I'm gonna say. Be about to be trying. You know, man, who cutting onions in here? You know.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This podcast is gonna be a little short, so I can go play some Final Fantasy VII. Like seriously, like
wait. It's not like you got anything to do. You can get these people the full show. You ain't got to work tomorrow.
No, I gotta work tomorrow.
Don't act like what you are doing is real work. You're sitting at home. Well, your job, I take that back. You already work from home, so this ain't nothing different.
No, I'm really doing work. Like I'm on calls all day, and that's why I say I gotta hit up Slow-Mo because I'm like I need maybe some connections, some referrals because I got a bunch of IT. Like it's funny, like it not to get in my work too much, but with IT right now is just like it is going gangbusters. And when you're working for an energy company, man, I mean, we're doing so much stuff right now in terms of like cybersecurity. It's crazy, Slow-Mo. Like it, like they just actually, and we'll talk about it later on DM Slow-Mo. I don't want to get into but anyhow, but I'm telling you, this game, and like I said this too. I was talking to Cognito on the phone about this. And I said, Cog, you know what, man? They could remove the Final Fantasy VII name off this game and call it like something else. And it would still, like, nostalgia aside, I would still consider it a really good game. I love the combat. I love the characters. I love the story. There's some, like you said, Forte, some interesting characters in the game. But I tell you, what they have done, what Square Enix has done with this remake, wow. I mean, I was
redefine what a remake is.
They
have said, they have set the bar. They have set the bar with remakes now.
Can we really call this? Okay, so let's. I think there needs to be some discussion about remasters, remakes, reimaginings, whatever, right? So, because there are some significant changes to story, and in this game,
this is more of a reimagining. And
yes,
right.
Absolutely. I would agree with that.
I would say it takes the core of what Final Fantasy VII was and it reimagines it. It adds new things that just weren't there before. And it actually incorporates some other things that weren't even a part of the story at all, at least as far as I can tell so far. Now, I haven't beat the game yet. Like I said, I'm on chapter 12. But so far, I've seen things now like the core of what this game was up to that point.
Yeah,
I still see that, but what I'm seeing is way more than that now. And it's just like I know there's some people like hey, look, I Dizzy in the chat mentioned it because there are people who said that like they couldn't see Resident Evil 2 remake being a Game of the Year contender, but they see this game as that. And I would say that's because this game has taken veered off the path of just taking what the first game was and making it look better, or redoing the environments, but still the same exact story with the same exact things happening, beat for beat. Nah, it's different here, and I think some things are done much better than the original game, like the Avalanche group. I think building them up, showing more of what happened to them and happening to them, and their backstories, and you get to every single one of them, things about them, like something way more than what you knew from the original game. All you knew was Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. That's it. Like their names could have been interchangeable. You could have just switched their names or anyone else. It wouldn't have mattered. And that's how all they were in the first game. But in this game, it's just like it's so like when you see things happening to characters emotionally, and events happening, you even though you may already know from the previous game what's supposed to happen, you still feel some kind of way when it does happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a great point. I mean, it's definitely well fleshed out. It's like a deeper dive into these characters that we didn't have in the original. And even if you haven't played the original, I would say, like, as a standalone game outside the original game, I think this game is just it's one of the best JRPGs that I've played so far this generation. I mean, like, I had Persona 5 as my top. This is probably, I would say, for what I played so far, I would put it above Persona 5 in terms of my favorite JRPGs this console generation. But it's an amazing game, and I tell you what, guys, it couldn't come at a better time. It's really kept my mind outside of all the other stuff we're hearing, Right. Yeah, the only thing I'm disappointed I couldn't get my deluxe edition, but it is what it is. But I tell you what, like, I love the combat system. I don't know about you guys. I love how fluid it is. I haven't done a summoning yet because I'm only 8 hours in, but I do have it now. Has anyone done that yet? How the summons work in this game? Like, is it pretty badass?
Well, this is how it works. It's some of them. It feels like for just random encounters, like it's not enabled. Like maybe I just never noticed that it's going up for like big like mini bosses or big boss fights. You see, so as soon as the fight starts, the meter starts, and so it take about 2 to 3 minutes for it to get full, and then you can choose your summon. I got the deluxe edition, so I got three summon material with that, and you get right off the bat, you get Ifrit as what? Yes, you get Ifrit
off the bat.
Right, as soon as the summon stuff is available, you are given Ifrit straight up. So I think that's the only one you need as of right now. But there are others that you can get, and you can fight them to attain them. So like you can fight Shiva, and Shiva's no joke. Like she ain't gonna go down without a fight. But you can fight Shiva, you beat Shiva, you get Shiva as a summon. Some of the ones like they come in the deluxe edition aren't that great. It's like Carbuncle, Chocobo, and the cactus, the little the weird looking cactus guy that looks like he's running. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
But those aren't that great. Carbuncle's okay because you don't get to do any abilities with him. He just shows up and then just kind of looks cute. But him being there takes all damage and just cuts it in half. So that's cool. But Ifrit's the only one I really use if I'm thinking about a summon, though. I haven't used any of the other ones yet, outside of Carbuncle. The other ones I haven't even used yet, but I have them on other characters already.
Nice. B, man, have you been playing this game?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, man?
I absolutely love the game. Yeah, I mean, like someone was saying, it's definitely more of like a reimagining. I feel like the extra dialogue and the voice acting kind of really bring those other characters to life. I mean, it makes you actually care about them. You get their backstory. I mean, like when you play the original game, it's just like, Biggs is just this big brute dude. I mean, he doesn't, they have like dialogue for him, but I mean, you really just don't care about him. He's just another member of the party. But like when you actually, pay attention to the character and the remake, it's like, oh shit, Biggs is bringing something to the table. So is Jesse. The portion of the game you're actually rolling with the crew to do like a mission or whatever, and before that mission starts, Jesse is talking to you about what's going on with the crew or whatever.
Jesse's thirsty for Cloud, by the way.
Oh, yeah, man, everybody's thirsty.
Everybody,
man. I don't understand.
Tifa is super thirsty.
It's absolutely crazy how everybody is super thirsty for Cloud. But just the extra dialogue just brings more life to the game.
Absolutely.
And he knows how to play it too. He be all like, he got that look like he don't care, just like, man,
The only thing I wish they would have did different is I wish the side missions were structured a little different, like the side quest or whatever. They feel like they're separate parts of the game.
Yeah.
Compared to like the main storyline, but other than that, other than that, it's been absolutely great, man.
Yeah, that might be my only minor complaint, that the side missions kind of, I feel like, at least what I played so far, kind of don't tie into like the main story, or I think Cloud is a character. I think The Witcher 3 did that in a way that just I haven't, in terms of side missions. The Witcher 3 I think has set the bar for side missions for an RPG. I mean, everything I think The Witcher 3 had in terms of side missions tied into what Geralt is as a character, right?
Right.
But from what I played so far, I don't get the sense that Final Fantasy, like I think one of the Final Fantasy VII, one of the side missions I did early on was like, you got to find cats, and I'm like, really? Like,
oh yeah, my God.
Like what does that have to do with
one?
Yeah, like what does that have to do with Cloud?
I skipped that
You're
one.
the longest to find.
Yeah, I had to skip that one. I was like, you know what? I want to do all these side missions, but I ain't finding cats for like. So I did the other ones though, because in the way it's structured is like Cloud goes to a sector, and he's a mercenary. So to get his name out there, he does stuff for people so they know who he is, and if they need something, then they'll pay him for it. That's the premise of it, of like story wise, narrative wise, why he's just going around doing random fetch quest kind of stuff.
Yeah, build his reputation up. Yeah,
it built his reputation up, but it is pretty much how B said. It's just basically goes to somewhere in the junkyard in the slums, fight this monster, kill it, go back, go tell the person that asked you to do it, you killed them. Boom. Next side quest.
Do you guys think? Go ahead for it.
I will say I love that aspect of when you finish the quest, it asks you if you want to just go to the person. I don't have to run across the whole map to get back to them. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. I never knew that quality of life is something I needed in my life.
Yeah, that is a huge time saver. I wish
did not
more
think I was
more
gonna have to
games
do
did that.
Yes. Did you? Oh, you finished this quest. Do you want to just go talk to this person?
Yeah. Thank you. I don't want to get lost in the junkyard trying to get back to the town to go talk to them. Yeah. Take me directly there.
As soon as I found that third cat, I was like, they said on the screen, do you want to go talk to Chatley? To the little girl. I was like, absolutely, because I don't even know how to get back to her.
Yeah, no, that I love that feature when you do the side quests, because it's like I feel like I'm like, this is great. I deviate from the main story, but they're kind of respecting my time in a way where I don't have to like run across the map to complete the quest. So that's great. But I'm telling you guys, I mean, outside of the nostalgia factor, I was blown away just by how big this world is. Like they completely fleshed out Midgard, and I'm just I'm blown away by that.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how like take for example, and this happens very early on, so it's not really a spoiler like that. But after the mission where they bomb the reactor and they're leaving, like in the original game, there was just like you leave and then you're back in the slums at Seventh Heaven Bar talking to Tifa, and then but in this one it's just straight. Oh, we got to go. We got to evade the police. We got to evade the authorities. Oh, and then Cloud's like, giving them cover and fighting all these guys in order to cover Avalanche getting away. And it's just like, that was an additional like 30 to 45 minutes of content right there, and it's just the way they fleshed everything out is just this is anyone who says it's not a full game. I'm like, just that's not true. It's a full game.
It's a full game experience. I mean,
it's not the full story. True, it's not the full story, but don't say it's not a full game because that's not true. And the only people who are saying that are people who haven't even played it and they're just hating on it.
Well, that's just like that's just like Lord of the Rings wasn't a full story, but each movie was a complete version of the movie until you got to the end.
So was that not a full movie then?
No, it was a full movie with me.
3 hours.
I mean, I don't know if Peter. I mean, Peter Jackson probably thought about having you do a marathon session for 9 hours to watch the whole thing, but that wouldn't go fly.
And watch the director's cut of those each movie.
4
or 5 hours.
Yes, 4 hours and 12 minutes. I remember one.
I might watch that now, but I wasn't trying to watch it then.
Right. But what do you guys think about this? Okay, I have 2 questions for you guys. What do you guys think about how people are criticizing parts of the visuals as far as textures on minor things, like in the slums, the trash doesn't look all that detailed, and there's a particular screenshot of Cloud in his apartment in his bathroom and how the sink and like some appliances all look like they something from PS2.
Okay.
What do you guys think about that?
Okay, I'll give you my first thought on this. I don't care. You know why I don't care?
Is it me you're looking for?
Listen, yes, I'm looking for you now. But for me, I really don't care because I understand game development, and this game has been in development forever. It was announced at the beginning of the generation, so the visuals we got now are the visuals that they were capable of doing back then, and they weren't going to completely redo the visuals to spruce them up a little bit more just because we got newer gen systems that can handle that stuff. But the other reason I don't care is, do you remember what the game looked like in 1997? Compared to what the game looked like in 1997, what we got now is this is beautiful. Beautiful above all belief. Every time I look at Tifa, I get like Google eyes. I'm like, dude, Tifa looks amazing.
Ooh, okay.
And this dude, but Tifa was one of my favorite characters in the first one, in the original. But y'all, just seeing how they fleshed out everything, the world in general, how full the world looks. Yeah, it looks kind of like broken down and certain textures don't look right in the environments it's in, but for the game that you got compared to what it used to be, I have no problems because I'm not even looking at textures. I'm paying attention to the freaking story that these people beautifully woven into a story that I already knew. I'm just getting more clarification on everything. Remember when you said there's more dialogue in this game that was in this one game that was in the whole game when it first came out? I swear to God, we already like, by the time I left the slums, I felt like I already probably got more dialogue that was in the entire first game. In my opinion, just playing through the game with all of the work, like all of the conversations that are happening around you when you're just walking through the city. It's like, it's not just like a mute city. It's like everybody you
walk very
by,
alive,
very vibrant.
You hear music and stuff and all this other stuff.
And the conversations
kids playing,
your conversations, man.
Yeah, so the visuals, the visuals could be better, but like I said, compared to if this game was announced 2 years ago or 3 years ago and they're finally bringing it out, then I could say, man, they could have gave us a little bit something extra. But they announced this way back at the beginning of the generation. This game has been in the making forever. So I'm just happy that we're finally playing it forever, ever. Now, what do you guys? Now, the other question is, what do you think? I'm going to let everybody else finish what they were going to say about what they think about it, but add this to it. Do you expect a graphical jump compared to what we have now in the next version of these games coming out?
Yeah. I think the next game is going to be on the whatever the next Luminous. Yeah, it's gonna be whatever Luminous engine they're working on next. You know what I mean? Like, the game is gonna look absolutely phenomenal. And like Forte said, like, I don't care about the textures. You know what I mean? You're gonna have that in just about every game. Right. You could walk up to, some game in The Witcher and look at the bushes and they're not gonna have the best texture on them. Yeah, I mean, like it just kind of is what it is. Like I'm there for the gameplay, I'm there for a story, and as long as all that stuff is great, then I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, the textures could be better or the visuals could be better, but if you look at the character models, you know what I mean, all the stuff that they did, you know, when you're just playing the game, and then with the stuff that they did as far as the you know, all the voice acting and stuff like that, like, you know what I mean? You can't really complain about, you can't really complain about just, you know, those small minor details.
And you know, people nitpicking when that's the stuff man, I don't know, man. Like, look, the trash on the ground don't look that great, or like the eyeliner in that woman's bathroom looks like something from PS2. I mean, look at the character models. This is we talk about this all the time. Lowest common denominator. They had to put this on a base or PS4, an original PS4, a 2013 console that was obsolete when it came out. Like, you had to have it available, be able to run, and there are no frame rate drops. There are no any kind of performance issues with this game. They had to make sure it was playable and good and solid on that. I will take some low res, low textured trash and other stuff in the environment for these amazing looking character models. You see all the expressions in like these characters' faces, how well it's done. You can see how well it's like they choreograph the fights, just like when you fight the Turks, when you fight just the way it's designed and set up. It's amazing. Like, anyone complaining about, that fight was all great and all, but there was a little pipe in the background that looked like, I can see the polygons on it. Like, shut up, man. No one cares. No one cares.
I've heard that complaint too, but when you look at the big picture, like you guys are saying, like the world is so fleshed out, it's so massive. It really is. Like I'm not like Cloud's door to his room, whatever. Yeah, it looks like PS3, right?
It's bad. Yeah, his door like something from Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, but I'm like, but it's not to me. It's not an issue because it was because of what else is going on in that world, like and the hardware it's running on. I get it, you know what I mean. But it doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the game. And I think you said, Slomo, about the choreography in some of the fight sequences.
Yeah,
like some of those like fight sequences that you're not actively engaging in, that are like cutscenes. Oh my gosh, choreography in that shit! Wow. Great. I mean, it's some of the best that I've seen. I mean, this is, to me, like, this is Square Enix's best game in a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah, the question is, who played Final Fantasy 15 here?
Anybody?
I did.
I beat it.
I have attempted to play it 3 times.
So Final Fantasy.
I quit every single time.
You didn't like riding around the car with Noctis?
Sucks.
No,
it absolutely sucks. The combat is basic and easy. Essentially, take Noctis, whatever his name is. It's a big K-pop band anyway. Take.
You didn't like ramen noodles?
Do the throw sword teleport into enemies.
I love that.
And
I love that move.
Then just rinse and repeat. You do that in every single fight. You don't die. It's really that simple. The story doesn't make any sense. The only way that you can understand the story, and this is like, I can't believe that anyone feels like this should how any game should be. You have to watch an anime.
Yep.
A 45-minute anime that has nothing, does not come with the game. You have to go find it, pay for it on whatever digital service that still has it. Watch that. Then you might also need to watch like a 30-minute other anime that kind of cleans up some of the really bad dialogue and bad storytelling in that anime before even playing this game. That's stupid. It's just dumb. I don't know who came up with that story, but it's trash. And I always end up
that was all because they spent so much fucking money trying to get that game together that they had to figure out ways to, try to recoup some of that. That's why they did that big ass blowout, only for the game to get delayed again.
Yep. Yeah. So what do you think? Which one of y'all think looks better, 15 or is this one?
I would say 15. 15 probably does.
I think 15 does look.
15,
Yeah, I think
15 is a looker. That's the one thing I will say about it.
But that's the all. Yeah, 15 does look better, but also because 15 is on more than just one platform right now. Like if you look at 15 on a PC. Whew.
Is it money? I haven't played it on PC.
Look,
listen,
when it was in Game Pass, I downloaded it on my PC just to look at it. I got all the way up to that blonde chick with the, what I'm talking about. I got all the way up to there just to see what this game looked like on my PC and said, all right, that's enough. Uninstall. It's beautiful.
Oh wow. I believe it.
Yeah. It'll make you want to. If you never played it before, it will make you want to play it on PC. But if you played it before, you'll be like, "Oh, this is a very pretty piece of trash." So time to delete.
Yeah,
but it looks good though. But yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I think a lot of people are looking at it like Final Fantasy 15 came out first, this came out after. Why does 15 look better than this? But like I said, it also comes back to the fact that 15 got remade more than once. They kept delaying it and redoing it. And then it came out with the definitive edition, which was the Royale edition, that they did some extra texture stuff to, especially when the new systems came out. Compared to this game, they talked about it in 2013 and 14, and then it's just been a grind just to get the game out.
And we got to remember that they had to take the game over like a couple years after they even made that announcement.
And they didn't redo the game. They just literally took over where they left off at. So, but I love this game. This game, the first time, dude.
How about the first? How about the first time you see Sephiroth?
Look, man. Before we get to that, who sat in their menu for the first when the game first came on? Who sat in their menu just listened to the soundtrack for like 15, 20 minutes?
Oh yeah, I just let the music play, man.
No, yeah, I did too.
I let the music play in the soundtrack. I was like, dude, just get those feels. Man, the first time you see Sephiroth, the first time you see Eric, man, dude, this game had me emotional in the first 30 minutes of playing it.
I was like Carl Thomas, man.
And the first boss battle at the reactor, oh, dude, just the cinematics alone will blow you away in that.
Yeah, I tell you what, with that first interaction with Sephiroth, that hit, that was, talk about like nostalgia for me. And I even tweeted, I said 23 years later we meet again, because that's what it was. I mean, I was 20 years old when and to see Sephiroth again and to have that dialogue, I'm like, I caught feels. I put the control down. I was like, wow. I was like, we meet again. We meet again.
I was a junior. I was literally going into my senior year in high school when this game released.
I'm telling you, I just
Yeah. A lot of people in the chat saying Final Fantasy 15 is on the Luminous engine, whereas Final Fantasy VII Remake is on Unreal Engine 4. I have heard some things about texture issues with Unreal Engine, but then you see games like Hellblade.
Is it better than Frostbite?
Well, I mean, everything's better than Frostbite, but
I just want to make sure.
I know, stuff about Dizzy. He just, his face just turned red when we slandered Frostbite for a second.
So the only time about slander Frostbite is when it's on a Battlefield game. I'll leave it alone.
That's where it should have stayed.
That's what it's built for, baby.
It's built for Battlefield, baby. There's a reason DICE built that. They built the engine.
Yeah,
built it for the games they make, not for RPGs, not for looter shooters or whatever the heck else they try to make for.
Yeah. I tell you what, so let me ask you guys. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? Great game. We all agree. E, I know you haven't played it yet, right?
I have not played it yet.
I know you've been
on it yet. Do you have it?
Yeah, it came yesterday.
You've been playing Doom, I think, right?
Yeah, I just finished that yesterday.
Yeah,
nice.
I gotta get to that. I gotta get to that.
Yeah,
but
Doom Eternal is on point, man.
Thank God Destiny's been pissing me off, and I can take time away. I know everybody people was like DMing, he's like, bro, are you actually on PlayStation? It said you were offline for like a year and a half.
Jesus. Now's a good time to get to Spider-Man, Forte.
Oh, I'm already playing it.
Nice. You know what? Let me ask you guys something. So, if they had to do another Final Fantasy remake, what remake would you want to see next?
6.
Yeah, six.
Now,
6 a Crisis Core.
6.
they should be working on 6 right now.
Right.
I want
I
Final
need 6.
Fantasy 6.
I need, if they could rotate between the 3 stories and say we're gonna give you 6 in the middle of finishing 7, I'm good.
Yeah.
Can you imagine seeing a next gen version of Kefka?
That's what I was just about to say.
I can't.
Pause development on Final Fantasy 16 and just do
Throw it in the bushes.
Final Fantasy 6 remake. Matter of fact, I don't need a 16 at all. We don't need a 16 for another decade. Just give me Final Fantasy.
Man, they can
6,
recycle
and then
the
after
number.
that, I
Give
want
me
a
3.
Final Fantasy Tactic.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite of all the
Ooh,
Final Fantasy
Tactics
games.
is-
It's Tactics,
man.
bro.
Man, Tactics is really good.
Tactics is so good. The story
Hell yeah.
is so that story. Final Fantasy Tactics is probably, I think, the best. Maybe tied for the best Final Fantasy story I've ever played. Now, plus Ultra, yes. So Chrono Trigger is my favorite game ever. I would love for them
Chrono
to do a
Cross.
remake of Stop It. Chrono Cross is absolute doo-doo juice, but Chrono Trigger is amazing. And Chrono Trigger was like the most innovative RPG of my lifetime. But I don't see that ever being. I don't see that with like the artist, the art direction, the guy that did Dragon Ball.
Hey, wait, Slomo. You know the remake for Tales of Mana comes out next week.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I did hear about. Yeah, I just
They won't even give a port to Chrono Trigger. to like the new
I don't
ones.
understand. They'll port it on mobile, but they
Right.
won't actually like. Actually, I even bought it off of Steam. I have it on my PC. But like every port of it is the same mobile port that has the same issues, and people complain about it. Look at the Steam reviews; they're like, "This is the same bugs that was in the mobile version." They literally didn't do anything to fix these issues. Square just gets real lazy with stuff like
Lazy devs.
Yeah, I mean, but look, I'm sorry. It's the same. Like, there's some times where, you have to call it dev where it is. Like, look, you had issues on mobile, and then you put it on PC, and it's the same exact issues that you didn't fix. Come on, that's some
why would
Bethesda. That's some Bethesda nonsense, right?
Why won't they do the 3DS port? Because that's like there, right?
Who knows?
Is that supposed to be like the best one or one of the better ones?
Well, here's the reason why it took them so long to do a remaster or a Final Fantasy VIII was because they lost a large portion of the code and had to rebuild that those like parts of Final Fantasy VIII to even bring it out, and Square didn't think it was worth it. So, like, who knows with the way they were mismanaged back then, if they even still have the source code to even work with, or any of that stuff to be able to make fit this is the reason why I think like they keep porting the same buggy version on every platform they can find. It's because that's the best they can do right now.
The one that's on Mel, the security guard's computer. And they're like, no,
exactly. we have to the great version of 3DS. Oh, I don't. We may have that may have been on one of the hard drives we shredded back in like 3 years ago. Like, so it's just who knows what's going on with them. They mismanage so many different things. It's a shocker the Final Fantasy VII Remake is as good as it is. I think that's partially the reason why people are so happy about the game, is that they really wanted it to be good, and it's actually good. Because Square Enix,
it's not
ever
just
since
good,
they
it's great.
added Enix to their name, they have been in the bushes with so much stuff.
You know what, Slow-Mo? It's funny you say that, man, because when they were just Squaresoft, I feel like they were always dropping bangers when they picked, because it was Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, right? Those were like the big heavyweights in the JRPG world. And when Square merged with Enix, you're right, man. Like something changed, man. I mean, like someone mentioned Vagrant Story in the live chat, but there's so many like other like SquareSoft games that I think they could go back and tap into, kind of like we're seeing what Capcom's doing with some of their old franchises, more specifically Resident Evil. Like, there's so much like great games that could come back and say, you know what, we can make a remake of this game, right? And but they haven't been. I agree with you, man. I don't think they've been the same since they became Square Enix.
No, and just I don't know what was going like when they finally did decide to do sequels, they did it with from Final Fantasy 13. I mean, like one of the worst like story like Final Fantasies they've had. I don't want to get into my soapbox, but like I haven't. This is the first Final Fantasy, this remake, the first one that I've actually enjoyed since 9. And that's a long time. I think I was in high school when 9 came out, or I may have been in college. I can't remember, but that's a long time.
When did 9 come out? That was what?
It's gotta be like early 2000s, I think.
Because 10 came out like 2003, right? I don't remember, man. It's been I feel like 10. Yeah, you might be right, Slow Mo.
It was 2000. It was 2000. I was in college. Yeah.
Okay.
Came out in July 2000. They were just cranking them out, man. they were, man. They must have had a lot of studios working on games then, but yeah. And no, I did not like 10.
You didn't like 10?
No, I didn't like 10.
Yeah,
you know, I know this personally for me, it's a personal thing. I don't think 10's a bad game. I think a lot of people enjoy 10. I hated the main character. Hated him.
What was his name again? I forget his name. He was like the Cloud wannabe.
Yeah, that's why I hated him.
Yeah, he was like the Cloud wannabe. That's why I didn't like. What was his name? Shit.
I don't think that was it.
No, his name wasn't shit. It wasn't
Titus.
Titus.
Yeah.
Sounds like a venereal disease.
Oh man.
Oh, not like that.
No, Titus.
Oh, I got that.
10 was cool though.
I'm burning. I got that Titus.
Oh, man. Blitzball. That's all I remember.
Oh my gosh.
That Titus on you.
Oh my god.
You put the Titus on me.
She put that. Oh man.
Man, she took her drawers off. I can see the Titus all over her, man.
Oh, that's just all right. That's nasty. That's just nasty.
I'm gonna stop. Yo, I just like I mostly didn't like him because he just it seemed like they were trying to catch lightning in a bottle again with how popular Cloud was, and I think except for 8, like all of their other main protagonists were like blonde guys. After that, 8 had Squall, who
Squall,
was. Yeah, I didn't really care too much for 8. 8's okay, but
8's not bad.
Yeah, but I like 9 a lot, and 10 I didn't get. And then after that, I think it's an 11. 11's an MMORPG, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Can't remember what 12 is. But
12 is when they introduced the hybrid fighting system or whatever.
Yeah. Wasn't it 12 a bunch of puzzles too or something? I feel like I had some puzzles you had to do or something. I don't remember. Yeah,
I can't remember.
I remember playing 12 on. I think on the 360 I played it. I don't remember, man. That's such a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I think they've been down for a while, but it's hopefully this is the beginning of them getting it together, because if you read all the stuff about all the development issues they've been having, they seem to be repeating the same mistakes, putting the same bad directors in charge of games, and then having to replace them in order to get those games ready to play. And it's just like that happened with 15, that happened with Final Fantasy VII Remake. The first 2 years they outsourced it to some other studio who did nothing with it, and they had to bring it back in. Just like, stop making these same repeat mistakes, and maybe, like a lot more of projects will turn out like this game and not like 15. So I don't know. What's up, Dark Arms, man?
What's up, Goldblum?
Goldblum.
What's up, fellas?
I thought you said this podcast was shitty.
What?
I say that did I say that? I mean,
oh
I don't
yeah, I
remember
think
saying that.
you did, man. I think actually
Oh,
on
man.
Crossfire last
I
night.
say that about
Goldblum.
every
Yeah, Goldblum, you were throwing shade at us, man. Come on, man.
I used to say that.
painful.
I
You
say that.
know you can't come in this podcast and not catch it real quick. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to put your feet up and everything and chill with us. But don't think you ain't gonna come in here and get it.
I say it about Mooch's podcast all the time. That big pile of shit is it's terrible.
What's going on, man? Welcome to the show.
What's
How you
up,
been?
Goldblum?
Not much.
So Goldblum, I think you are playing Final Fantasy VII. I don't know how much you've heard of the conversation, man, but you are playing it, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts so far, man? Oh, did we lose Goldblum?
Yeah, we scared him away.
I think we lost
Did I
him.
lose? Yeah, I lost you guys for a second.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Final Fantasy VII?
I think it's good. I mean,
Game of the year?
I wouldn't go that far. Not yet. Because we still got Ghost of Tsushima. We still got, maybe The Last of Us 2 if they decide to come out with it.
Hey, we still got Halo Infinite.
Yeah, you still got that.
Cyberpunk is gonna be game of the year, man.
And Cyberpunk 2.
Cyberpunk probably will win it, but
Yeah.
my game of the year is always the game that gets nominated but doesn't win. And so, this is my game of the year. I don't care what else comes out, but I know it's probably not going to win. It's a long shot at best.
I mean, it is definitely a contender. I mean, it's that good of a game to get that praise that it's getting. It's really good. I mean, I'm liking it a lot. I'm in chapter 8 right now, so I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to rush through it because I mean, what's next that's coming out? We got so I'm like trying to take my time as much as I can with it. I mean, I think there's maybe Trials of Mana, but I mean, I don't know. If
there's Gears Tactics, if
Gears
you're into
Tactics,
XCOM kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm into that. Now, I know that's a very niche genre, so not everyone cares about those kind of games.
So is Trials of Mana. I mean, so
True.
Those type of games are usually niche. I mean, not very many people like RPGs. Unlike me myself, I love RPGs. So
are you gonna get Trials of Mana? Because that comes out like next week, I think, right?
It comes out in the end of this month, I think.
I think it's April 20. Okay, that's right. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna pick that up too. Yeah.
Are you getting Bravely Default too? The demo.
Of course.
That demo came out on Switch, and I was like, "Man, this is so great." And then Final Fantasy 7 came out, and I was like, "I'm gonna have to come back to."
But it's good though. Like that's the beauty of Switch is that you can play it at any moment. Like in while you're waiting for like a loading screen or something like that. Especially this generation. I don't know about next generation you'll be able to do that, but this generation you can, play Switch while you're waiting for a loading screen, or you just want to take a break from playing on a console. That's the beauty of a Switch, So I think Bravely Default. If I think it comes out at the end of June, maybe July.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't. Yeah. Did they even announce that? Did they?
I don't know. I mean, I would think so because they let the demo out. So.
Right. So I mean, once we get that, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna gravitate towards that.
Yeah. All right. Well, Goldblum, I just want to say something, man. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. So thank you for coming on and hanging out with us tonight, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me.
No, absolutely.
I felt bad because I was like, I'm like doing stuff, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be late. I didn't know it was gonna be this late.
Worries. Were you making a supply run? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're out there like Joel from The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
cracking
gosh.
some skulls, Oh,
jeez. Hopefully not cracking skulls. So, all right. Well, guys, that I think if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII, anyone in the live chat, I would highly recommend playing this game. So, but I think so far it's my game of the year contender. But we still have Cyberpunk, so that might change that.
And real quick,
yeah,
people, the game has been out for less than a week. Stop spoiling things. even for people who've played the game before, there is stuff that's happening
That didn't happen.
that didn't
Yeah.
happen in the original game. Just be a little careful. I mean, it's only been out for what is it, the 15th? 5 days. 5 days.
But you know the internet, man. They love to spoil things for people. They love that. But the funny thing is, for me, like, people always think, "Oh, I'm gonna spoil this for you," and I'm like, honestly, I don't care, man. Honestly, if you spoil something for me, I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Because I'm still gonna play the game. I'm still gonna enjoy it as much as I did. Maybe a little bit less, but I mean, I'm still gonna enjoy the game.
Yeah, I need to just hurry up and finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and then-
probably a
and then
good
go
idea.
back and
If
play
you're
it
somebody who doesn't
hard.
like spoilers, then yeah, definitely finish it as quick as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's definitely some spoilers there. Hey guys, I actually real quick, I gotta step away real quick. My wife's calling me. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and finish it. I'm on chapter 12. I'm on chapter 12, so I'm knowing what happened, and because it's still following like the blueprint of the original game. I'm close to the end, so I'm just going to go ahead and not do too much of the side stuff that I was always doing, and then just go back and play it again on hard. Because I was gonna plan on doing that anyway, and I wanted to just do a lot of the other little side content and whatever other trophies I can get to get the platinum off of it. Because I actually, for some reason, actually care about getting the platinum on this game. I've only other time I've ever done that is with Spider-Man. So I'm gonna do all that stuff on hard. So I'll be able to go back through it again and really take my time. But I've just seen so many people like, let's talk about Cloud decapitating Tifa. It's just like, dang, dude.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this at all, but like, I noticed like with normal mode, when you're in normal mode, it's super easy still. Like, like I don't know, maybe that's just me, but like, I'm playing it, and I'm just like, this is still pretty easy. Like, I mean, I can only imagine what the easy mode's like. But
apparently it's too easy.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
To some places.
So I'm wondering how hard mode's gonna be if it's actually
The regular normal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just X-Hawk in the chat said, did you guys hear it's been canceled? I heard that the physical show is canceled, but they're still there. I guess they're trying to transition it to like a more digital streaming thing, due to everything that's going on. And I have Gamescom is usually a great show, so I have way more faith in them being able to pull that off than the ESA with E3. So yeah, but
yeah, that is true, because I think E3, if they did that digitally, it would not be the same. It would not feel the same. It would just feel like rushed,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see Microsoft doing their press conference around that time, like doing a press conference around that time, but not it be part of E3. So, I mean, there probably won't be anybody in the crowd, but they'll have their own like little press conference. Everybody's like 6 feet away from each other and stuff like that. I could see something like that, but yeah, I can't. And Sony, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they're so quiet about everything except for that controller, and it's just like, man, I wanna know more, but I'm excited for it, but I want to know more,
Yeah,
They need to just do their presentation like
Oh, go ahead. E. Go ahead, B.
They need to just do their presentation on how like Nintendo does the Switch or the Nintendo Direct. You know what I mean? Where they have
Right.
a little sit down interview with the developer or whatever, and then they're just actually showing gameplay. Don't do it in an arena. Don't what I mean? Don't waste your time doing that. It's
So you
just not
think
gonna
they
look great.
So do you think they should do like a what are their PlayStation PS what do they call that? PS All Access or whatever, I can't remember what it's called. The little
All Access.
that they have.
Yeah, so I mean, I think all of them should kind of be similar to that, or more like the Nintendo Directs. You know what I mean?
That
Where
would be
it's just
cool.
like, just sit down. You could have a couple interviews in regards to upcoming games or whatever, especially because like you probably won't have as much third party interaction or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's just a lot of stuff to try to put together. You know, the way that Microsoft typically does it, where they have 100+ games on their show. I don't know if they'll get that same participation with everything that's going on. So this kind of allows them to take like more of a deep dive into
You mean
like
100
their
plus
own games.
indie games?
Yeah, you know how they do. But
Hey, well,
they're good at wordplay, man.
That is true.
You bringing up Microsoft may help us segue into the next topic, which is actually all this talk about this leak that came out about Xbox news about them doing 2 shows coming up.
Yeah,
and I think a little bit of details in regards to what they may be talking about showing. What was I think the first show is like the big reveal for Series X demo things, and then the second one is around E3 time, so like early June-ish, and it'll be just basically just games and games. I'll just start first with my thoughts on it. I think it's like not. I don't think the leak is real. I think it's just very common sense stuff that people are saying. And any one of us in this panel could have wrote that up and said, "Oh yeah, they're gonna show Fable." Okay, duh. I know they're gonna show Fable.
Don't you feel like that's
Halo Infinite? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Like, come on.
Like, don't you feel like Fable's always been like the common denominator? All these leaks with Xbox, they're gonna show Fable, and then it never happens. I mean, at some point they will. Right.
It's like the redheaded stepchild, they don't want to show it yet, they're like, we're not gonna show them yet, we'll get them out when the time is right, and that's the thing with Microsoft. They have a certain type of strategy that no one else has, and is it a good strategy? I don't know. I'm not too sure about that because, I mean, the way that they're going with a lot of their stuff, they're kind of moving away from traditional means of playing your games and stuff. It kind of, I'm not all for that, but yet at the same time, I think about it like this, like that's the future. And if it's going that way, then, it's best that Microsoft's doing it than, PlayStation doing it right now, or something like that. Yeah. They're kind of like they're always been kind of like the test guinea pigs. They just say it like that.
It's like what Eric and I have been saying for years on this podcast. Microsoft's always ahead of the. What did you say, Eric? Always ahead of the puck.
No, it's excuse me. It's a saying that I've always heard that like Gretzky's dad always told him, "Be where the puck is gonna be, not where the puck is."
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's where Microsoft's been. I mean, I think I think we'd all agree. I mean, like this is a better Microsoft than they were this console generation. I think by a lot. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, they've done a better job with hardware. Hopefully a lot of the acquisitions that they've made with studio acquisitions, they pump up some really compelling hardware outside of. Look, I know people are fans of Halo, Gears, Forza. That's great, but me personally, I'm kind of like I have a little bit of fatigue with those particular franchises. Gears 5 wasn't a bad game. Wasn't really feeling the last Halo as much. I don't play Forza really, but I recognize the game of Turn 10 and Playground. But I think like Slow-Mo said, I mean, like, the one in June is supposed to be the replacement for E3. I don't think that comes as a surprise. The other ones, they're going to be, according to Slink, there'll be a ton of new Xbox first party, medium games, smaller ones. There'll be new games showing a lot of the tech built for the Unreal Engine 4, showing off some of the VRS optimizations and all that other stuff, which most people don't really care or understand. And they're saying.
So when is this one supposed to take place? The first one?
It looks like there's May, one in May. Yeah, one in May. It's going to be like a proper show console reveal event.
So similar to how they did in 2013.
Yeah, exactly. And there's rumors that they're going to finally show off. What's it called? God, why is the name escaping me now?
Fable?
No, the other console, the other.
Lockhart.
Lockhart.
Right.
Thank
Lockhart.
you.
Yeah.
Which
I think
Which our boy Optimus Code is like, no, he doesn't want it.
I could see. I hate to say this, but I could see PlayStation coming out with something right around that same time because that's what they always do. They're the masters of just sniping the shit out of Microsoft. That's what they do, man. They dig and dig as much as they can. And like, I mean, what did they do? They did the Inside Xbox, right? Like last week, and then all of a sudden now we see a controller from them. You know, like
I think it was the same day they dropped.
Yeah,
that
it was
10 minutes before Inside Xbox.
yeah, they know how to drop stuff and just snipe them, you know, with just from far away and just like, you know, get everybody talking about, you know, what PlayStation's doing. So I could see them doing something similar around that time. I don't know if it'll be as big as a controller or if it'll be maybe the console. I mean, maybe they could reveal a console. That would be nice. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think
I don't believe this leak. Like I'm looking at it right now. For what he said about Obsidian, OMG Obsidian. That's it. That's why even say that.
Like anybody can do that.
Anyone could have did that. Like this is just some dude that's just like they want to generate some talk. Like,
Yeah.
Big exclusive new IP coming from a Japanese studio. Who can't write that?
It's like, oh my God,
You didn't even name the studio. How do you even know there's a big exclusive IP and you don't know what the name of the studio is, but you know it's Japanese? Come Like this always happens around this time of year. It's the beginning of the leak season, well, I mean, we've been dealing with leaks, you know, because of the hardware coming out ever since January. But this is the beginning of the show leak season, where this is what they're going to show, and it's like just a list of stuff that people wish that they wish to see happen, but it's not really anything definitive. That telling you anything that you couldn't make up on your own. It's just. Yeah, I mean,
I think it would be a lot. It would be a lot more if E3 was still present, you know, this year.
True.
There would be a hell of a lot more. But yeah, I think it sounds like the leak is probably fake.
Yeah, it's something you throw in there like John Carl Van Damme is gonna reveal Obsidian's new game. What? Last year was Keanu. This year, John Carl Van Damme.
He's gonna do the splits on a.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, please! Hey. Now it has to happen. Now it has to happen.
Two Xbox Series X's on both sides, and he's doing the split on them.
Jean-Claude is.
Oh my God!
Well, you know what the funny
split on stage would just make my year. That would be like my moment of the year. Pretty sure he would kill himself trying to do that. That would be great. That would be awesome. I need that.
So the funny thing is, I don't think this leak is real, but it's probably going to come off as real to some people because I believe what is being stated here about the events themselves is actually going to happen. I think next month, because you got to think they're going to want to announce, they're going to want to show the system off before they do their big game reveal in June. So they're probably going to do exactly something next month, probably a couple weeks or 3 weeks before they announce to start showing all the games and stuff. I think that would be the perfect time if they are going to have a Lockhart system. That will be the time that they'll talk about it, so you can have the breadth of that information out there to keep that buzz going for the next couple of weeks. And then I do believe in June they are going to do whatever their E3 replacement is going to be. And that's just going to be a blowout of all the games that are coming to the system day one or in the future for the new system. And a lot of people are going to be like looking at this thing, like, oh man, he got some stuff wrong, but he was at least right about the two events. And the thing is, anybody could have guessed any of the stuff that's on this. Me not even thinking know that Microsoft ain't going to reveal the system and the games all in the same press conference when they could do it 2 different times and get double the impact. Because at that point, I'm thinking if Microsoft comes out and they do a breakdown of the system, don't nobody want to listen to a breakdown of a system as much as we want to know everything that we can know about a system. You don't want to hear that over talking about and looking at games. So they're going to want to
they're not
going first. So So that's
Yeah.
why I think that part is definitely going to happen. And I also believe Sony's gonna probably do something real petty, like show the system in a tweet and say, tune in. They go the day that Microsoft does their press briefings for their system and talking about the next generation of hardware. Sony gonna put out a tweet with a picture of their system and say, join us on this date to get the breakdown of our brand new PS5 system. That's just going to be a screenshot on Twitter, and it's going to
Oh
go
yeah.
nuts.
Forte,
People are gonna go nuts.
Forte won't even be the system, bro. It's just gonna be a silhouette.
Yeah,
gonna have a
you
counter
know
on
It'll
what?
just be
You're
PS5.
right. It's gonna be like the Pokemon emblem up there, like with a shadow over the system. People are gonna be like, "Whoa, what is the form factor? We know it's a system, but man, look at that form factor. It looks sweet." They gonna be they just remember, guys. It's gonna be white and black, unfortunately. But I think it's gonna be interesting. But people are going to take this at face value because they're just hungry. It's not like Microsoft hasn't given you a lot of information on this stuff already.
That's very true.
So it's like, what are we really, dude? At this point, we know the whole story will be told by June.
We want to see price, Forte. That $5.99, as you keep saying.
That $5.99 that I kept telling you. Oh, hey man.
No, I'm still kind of back on what
$5.99 is still alive and
for
well.
Xbox. For Xbox.
Yep, $5.99.
I can see that.
It's gonna be
I can see $5.99 and probably $4.99 for.
Hey, but these people tried to tell me over a year ago that $5.99 death sentence, and I kept telling them, "Luke, $5.99 is gonna be the price of this Xbox." I don't want to be right.
It's not gonna be $5.99.
I don't want to be right.
It's
I
not
don't want to be
because
right.
you won't be right. You don't have to worry about that.
And if I am right, Slow-Mo,
you're not going to be right.
Are we gonna take a bet here, Slow-Mo?
It's gonna be $5. It's gonna be $500.
He don't even want to put that out there in the world. He said, "I don't even want that in the ether."
Yeah, if Forte wins, then you have to give him your emblem that you have with the back slap.
Oh,
shit!
Swap.
Shit!
Emblem swap.
Man, Goldblum out here is trying to start stuff.
You know what? That's a really good. You know what? If I win, I definitely want to hit up somebody. I'm gonna hit up Graphic God and say, "Hey, that emblem that you made, Slow-Mo, I want you to take the same emblem, but at the very top of it, put Forte slaps Slow-Mo back slap at the bottom." We're just gonna add Forte slaps at the top.
I have nothing to worry about here. It's not going to be $5. It's not going to be $100 console.
He's on shaky ground, man. You're on shaky ground.
Well, that's a good question because like if it is $5.99, then PlayStation will be $4.99. But if Xbox comes out at $4.99, then PlayStation's probably going to come out at $3.99, right?
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
So, I mean, we kind of win on the side of PlayStation either way. I mean, even if it does come out for $4.99 on the PlayStation 5,
we win regardless with these systems being under $600 regardless. That's top.
Yeah, they definitely want to go cheaper than Xbox, and I guess just real quick, I do want to say that I mean we said this before, but once again, like they've really ever since the Video Game Awards really been killing the messaging. So I really feel like I am somewhat excited for what is coming, what's in store. More than likely, like what was in that leak was kind of common sense stuff. They're going to do something in May, do something in June. But I'm really excited for what is in store to be seen because they seem to be on a roll a little bit, and I'm really getting kind of excited for what they're going to show. I definitely want to see the RPG that Obsidian's working on. I want to see what Compulsion Games is working on, their third person perspective game. I feel like they got some studios that can really deliver something. So I'm really excited. I just need them to just keep it up and don't do what they normally do, where they hit two good shots in a row and then they do an air ball. It's like what were you thinking? Just keep it going.
Well, I think next generation is going to be, it's going to be a very close race when it comes to just, both consoles and games pretty much. Like I think Microsoft's going to pull out a lot of stops, and they're going to really show us some stuff that we haven't seen yet. And I think Sony's going to probably counteract that with, some of their games, and then, maybe some new IPs too. So it's going to be an interesting generation for sure.
I think Microsoft is going to be the petty one this generation. That's what I think. They need to be the petty one. They
should be.
They
I wanted to get dirty.
As possible this generation.
Yeah.
They need to make up for last generation for how petty they need to be this one.
Yeah, I need them to start hitting below the belt. Throwing dirt in Sony's eyes. Having their buddy manager come down the ring and distract the referee while they hit Sony with a chair shot. I want all of that, man.
Honestly,
where they push their foot off the rope.
right.
I can't see Phil that way though, because Phil, you could just tell the kind of guy he is. He's not that type of guy. And then
he don't have to do it. It's called Aaron Greenberg. That's why you got him.
Right, exactly. They need Aaron Greenberg to just come out and do that. He already hated by most of the people out there anyways before this generation even gets started. So he's doing he's doing a better job now. So it wouldn't be that hard to do. I just want Microsoft to come out the day the PlayStation gets announced and everybody is surprised and Villain owes me $100 because he praised the God that the system's not going to be white when it releases. I just want somebody to come out and take
Wait, he really made that bet?
Yeah, he made that bet, $100.
Oh man, Villain just made out of money. He just
Why would the controller be white and then the console?
Look, man.
Makes no sense.
I don't question when people just want to give their money away. Even though
no, that's a good bet for you, for sure.
Right. Even though that man got more money than he could just spend on anything, just give it to me. That's all I care about. But I just want somebody, the day that the PS5 gets announced and they see that white shell on the top of it, I just want to see somebody take their hand, stick it in, like get like a emblem of the Xbox logo, stick it in mud, and put their handprint on top of the PlayStation, and all you see is a black spot on your PlayStation with the Xbox logo on it. That would be sweet if somebody was ballsy enough to do it and put it on Twitter day one.
No doubt. You know what, guys?
Day one.
I want to say
something. You do it.
Yeah, I want to say something real quick, guys. I love you guys, but I think it's time to play some Final Fantasy VII.
I knew he was about to say that because I feel the same way.
I told you guys this is going to be a shorter podcast because I love doing this podcast, but I want to play some Final Fantasy VII.
Hey, Enrique being that dude that got like a new girlfriend. Like,
now you want to dish the homies. Just got a new girl.
Like before he had the girl, like he want to stay out the 4 in the morning, and then he got the girl like, I gotta go.
Yeah, it's it's never bros before hoes. It's always hoes before bros.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hey, Enrique, I got a question for you, Enrique.
Yes.
What system is Final Fantasy on?
PlayStation 4.
Oh, it's not on that PC Master Race, huh?
Not yet, but it'll be there soon.
And when it is on there, it will look fabulous.
It'll look fabulous.
Sir.
What a year from now, when something else comes out, and
I will double dip. I'll double dip
too.
That.
But you know what though? How much better is it going to look than the Series X and the PlayStation 5 version?
The what? The what?
Serious? Is that what you asked me? You want me to say it again?
The Series X or the Serious X?
You want me to say serious or serious?
I want you to say what it is. Which is series.
What do you want me to say? Is it a serious?
Series. Say it with me now. Series.
Series.
Yes. X. Just say the word, man.
No. Tongue tied on that word. Shut up, Slow-Mo. Stop making fun of my deficiency.
You're what? You're what?
Hold on. What? Oh my God.
You mean your speech impediment?
making fun of myself.
Yo, what?
He said, "What did you just say?"
Oh my god!
Oh,
I just thought that would be better than saying speech impediment.
go.
It wasn't.
It was funnier because we're still laughing about it.
But my bad. I'm gonna stop making fun of your divisions. Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to.
No, you're good, man.
See,
I
hey,
love
Goldblum, aren't you glad you joined the show tonight, man?
I am.
it. Does this podcast still suck?
Always. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
might have to give you the booty. We have to mute you here, Goldblum.
Oh man.
I don't blame you. I would.
Yeah, hey, so Buck Roger in the live chat said Sakura.
It is not Sakura, it's Sekiro.
Oh my goodness, yo, that is hilarious. Yeah, but no, seriously, guys, I do really want to go play Final Fantasy VII.
You know what? I think I'm gonna put like just memes in my videos. I already do that though. Someone's gonna be like, "You already do that. That's not gonna be nothing new."
Yeah.
But shut up, slow mo. How many times have you actually like listened to my video and counted how many times I mispronounced something?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I need you to give me a counter on that next time.
There's at least four. I'm gonna start just commenting numbers in your chat in your comment section, and you just gonna know what it means when I put just like 8 in the. You just know that was like 8 words that you mispronounced or just butchered horribly.
I think it would have been.
already know what it is.
I think it would have been funnier if Slow-Mo said, "You really think I watch your videos?" That would have been like, damn.
No,
That would've been pretty funny.
That would be a lie because slow mo does watch my videos.
Yeah.
Hey, Slow-Mo, I want you to put change your Twitter handle to just, oh my God, Obsidian. OMG Obsidian.
OMG.
OMG Obsidian.
That would be good.
That'd be hilarious.
OMG Obsidian.
Yeah. Hey guys, seriously though, I want to go play Final Fantasy VII. I love you guys.
You said it already.
I know, but I'm going to say it again. We're going to wrap up the show. Big shout out to everyone in the live chat, guys.
I would just left the audience with the check. You ate up all the, ordered all them pancakes and food and shit. Just left the audience with the check.
Yo, I'm still laughing about Ryan Lynn. Said, you guys like the Mandalorian Sirius? Great Sirius. Can't wait to watch it.
I like the one earlier where he said forte slap, back slap.
Yeah, I ain't like that one too much. But this was funny though.
That was pretty funny though.
Yo, B, Enrique being that dude that order all the drinks and then be like, so we splitting this when nobody else drinks?
Oh man.
I ain't had nothing to drink, man.
Oh my God.
That ain't right, man. Hey, I want to do some gaming. That's what I do. I want to do some gaming.
I want to play Final Fantasy, man.
Yeah, I want to play Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy ain't going nowhere. You in a quarantine.
Man, you got to get on.
Yeah, you're in quarantine, dude. What are you talking about?
You probably ain't gonna play Final Fantasy. You probably gonna play that Warzone.
Nah, I'm not playing Warzone tonight. Not doing that. Go play some Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
you don't even call it by its name anymore.
Man, you should just do like Forte and just play while you want.
What?
Yeah, it should be
I'm
like
glad
Forte. Play while I'm on like a podcast.
I'm not playing.
Time for little RG
Tonight you aren't. Tonight you aren't, but 50% of the time you were playing Destiny 2 while you're on podcast.
Yeah.
60% of the time, all the time.
I will not say that's not true, sir.
I just see it now, like when how they do like the score things, like on websites or whatever, when they talk about like Final Fantasy, it's like game of the year, the game of the generation, and it's like the game that stops podcasts and its tracks.
Anthony, you should.
I could see that.
We should get. That's gonna be like the next Breakfast of Champions at Serial X.
Oh my God! All right, guys, I love you guys. Love everyone in the live chat, guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming out, hanging out with us tonight.
Are you really gonna leave 49 people just here?
Yes, we are. We're gonna leave so we can go play some video games.
So. I don't even have you on my friend list on PlayStation. That's sad.
Are you serious?
I don't think I do. Maybe
I don't think so. I don't.
That was the correct.
That's pretty sad because
that word.
I got him on my friends list. That's sad, man. He doesn't like you.
Wow! Not like, come on, hey, Goldblum, why do you gotta come here and stir the pot, man?
Well, you know.
You're a
At least
habitual
I'm
line
on-
stepper.
At least slow-mo's on my friends list.
Oh my god. Well, you're never on your PlayStation, man. So yeah, you say you haven't been on a year and a half.
I actually been on it a little. I just appear off.
Oh, okay, we'll see.
I don't know.
All
I've
right.
seen him on there lately, so.
Oh yeah, I got to add you then, Forte. I'll add you. So on that note, guys, we are out.
Serious? Are you serious out
Are
here?
you serious? Are you serious? All right, guys.
All right,
Seriously. On that, wait.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
On that
Yeah,
note,
go
we're
ahead, go
out.
ahead.
Big shout out to the live chat. Slow Mo, Forte, Gotimus, B Money, guys. Hit everyone with your outros real quick.
Did you just call him Gotimus?
I know. I was like, dang, dude, that's awesome.
Did you literally just call him
That's actually a
Gotimus?
pretty,
I've been
pretty
Dark
cool sounding
Optimus.
handle.
I was like,
Yes.
I didn't think of you. I didn't think you thought of me that way, man.
No, I don't actually,
I'm
no.
flattered. I'm flattered.
No.
It's out there. It's out there in the ether.
It's out there, man.
You can't bring it back.
I think he's literally up here trying to buy your. He's trying to buy your support on this.
I know,
podcast.
right?
That's what that is.
No.
You know what? Brap ain't that bad anymore, man. It's actually one of the best podcasts out there.
Woo!
Right? That's what he wants me to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
go Bloom. Go ahead. Let everyone know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Xbox, and PlayStation at Dark Optimus. And Brap, as always, man, it is a blast being on this podcast, dude.
Thank you,
I always
sir.
have fun.
Thank you. All right.
Hey, you call someone Gotimus and they
I know, man.
I
gotta-
changes everything.
I have to grovel at his feet now because he called me Gotimus, dude. I'm just like, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Slow Mo. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Yo, great show, guys. Had a lot of fun. I am like Enrique. I'm about to jump on Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Woo!
Hopefully, I will stop playing that game enough to get my Resident Evil 3 review out eventually. So
Good luck with that.
right. But
speed-
great show, guys.
Awesome. Forte.
Yeah, oh man, great show as always. Dark Optimus, I love you, man. You're always welcome to the podcast. Gaming Forte
Thanks, man.
everywhere, YouTube and Twitter.
Are you serious?
Yes, YouTube and Twitter, and I've been playing Final Fantasy VII this whole show, so I substituted a game for another game.
Wow, look at that. Look at that.
I'm cheating on my Xbox with a PlayStation right now.
No doubt. E. Jackson. Let everyone know where they can find you, sir.
Oh, you can find me here Wednesday nights. You can find me on Twitter, EC Jackson with an X, and Saturday nights 8:00 on the Gaming Perspective podcast.
Woo.
Or 9 p.m. on I-95 with the rest of the peeps.
I know, right? Listen to Trick Daddy. Be Money.
You don't know, man.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that was
Yo, I told you, Trick has a radio show here now, man.
Trick love the
Hey,
Yo.
by the way, big shout out to Vocal Craig with the $2 super chat. Says, why so serious? Thank you, sir, for the super chat. E, go ahead. Or B Money, man. Let people know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, man. Same name everywhere. Be Money 101. Y'all catch me on PlayStation mostly these days. So once I finish Final Fantasy, I'll be right back on 2K. So come fuck with me.
No doubt. All right, everyone. Thank you guys in live chat. We're gonna go play some Final Fantasy VII. Maybe you should do the same if you're having the game. If not, we'll catch you guys next week. Well, actually, real quick, this Sunday, coming up this Sunday, I think at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, myself and Optimus Code are going to be talking about the next generation consoles more. If you're interested in getting a former game developer's perspective on what all this hardware nonsense, I should say nonsense, all these hardware specs mean and how it impacts game development, you probably definitely want to tune into that. So definitely check it out. I'll drop a link for that probably Saturday. So we'll catch you guys next week. Don't forget to check out me and Optimus Cove this Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you guys. Everyone, please be safe. Stay inside. Don't go out if you don't have to. Play video games. Peace, love, all that good stuff. See you next week. Peace.